A long time ago, a happy family lived in the big city on the shore of the Great Sea. They had 4 children. The oldest was Rommel, then Jeralynn, followed by Marisu, and finally David. The family owned a bakery on the corner of 2 main streets in the city. They had a very good business. All the customers gave them their orders the day before. So when Joseph and his wife Marisu started early in the morning, they knew exactly what to bake. It was hard work. They worked 7 days a week. Rommel was learning the lessons of a baker. He worked with his father every day. Since she was 6 years old, Jeralynn had helped her mother in the store taking orders and helping people get exactly what they wanted. She enjoyed her work and was very friendly. Everyone loved her smile. Marisu was going to school. Her goal was to become a nurse. David was wide one. He did not want to do much work. He just wanted to play all the time. David's favorite game was to hide from his father. When his father needed him to carry supplies, he would hide. English story with Sara. When his father got angry with him, David would then come out of hiding to help. He thought it was a game. His father did not think so. One day, Joseph was going down the stairs to his bakery when he slipped and fell. He was in great pain. He told his family to help him go to his oven so he could make the day's food. He said, "After the food is prepared for the day, I'll go to see the doctor." The family got scared. They did everything they could to help their father prepare the baked goods for sale that day. As the day passed, Joseph got slower and slower. Even though he was in a lot of pain, he refused to go to the hospital until all the work was finished. Finally, he agreed to go to the doctor. The children begged a taxi driver to take their father to the hospital. In exchange for a few loaves of bread, the driver took Joseph to the hospital. The doctor examined Joseph and told him he had broken his ankle. He was surprised that Joseph had been able to work so hard that morning. He told Rommel that his father needed to have surgery. He would not be able to work for several weeks until the bone healed. Joseph was shocked. He did not want to rest. He wanted to work. The next day, Joseph had the surgery to repair his broken bone. His family came to visit him that night. He told them that it might be a good idea to hire extra people to work in the bakery until he came home. Rommel told his father, "The family has voted, and we agreed to run the business during your time in the hospital. We'll do the work, no matter how long it takes. The cost of the hospital bills will be high, and we need to save money." Joseph cried when he heard this, because he knew his family loved him so much. The next day, the family started 2 hours earlier. Rommel woke David and told him that the whole family had to work together while their father was in the hospital. David thought his brother was joking. He just laughed and rolled over to go back to sleep. Rommel said to his brother, "If you don't help prepare the food today, our business will fail, and then we won't have anything to eat." David got up and began to do whatever his brother asked him to do. His mother checked to see what he was doing, and he was busy. Marisu stayed home from school to help. She said she could make up the classes later. Joseph was a very hard worker, and he had very high standards for his food. His father had been a baker, and his grandfather had been a baker as well. He learned all about baking from them. It would be difficult for Rommel to be as good as his father, but he had helped his father for a long time, so he knew exactly what to do. Many of their customers heard about the accident. Marisu put a jar on the counter for people to put their smile cones into to help. The jar was full every day. After a week in the hospital, it was time for Joseph to come home. After the family finished the day's business, they hired a driver to bring their father home. Outside of the shop was a big sign that said, "Welcome home, father." Many of their customers came to welcome him home also. When Joseph saw the sign and the people outside of his house, he cried with happiness. In his heart, he had the love of his family. Even though he knew that he would not be able to work like he had before for several more weeks, he knew whatever might happen to him or his family, they would be just fine.